Thank you again. That's so much Wonder Boy, yes. I love the vanilla pudding, but Wonder Boy is in effect wonderful. And it is Pride Month, you know. But someone like myself, of course, celebrates Pride 365 days a year, of course. On the mining calendar. But I think it's great that, you know, we can reserve 1 month out of the year to, of course, focus on the LGBTQ plus community and celebrate, you know, leaders of past, present, and future, and advocacy and all that great stuff. It's also a great month for recruiting. You know, so I was letting people know, we want you, we want you, we want you as a new recruit. Yeah! Come on over to our village, people. And it's, of course, you know, in true San Francisco Pride Week, is anybody visiting San Francisco? Or is everyone just here in the Bay Area and stuff? Yeah, I can tell. You look like you just came from your third job. That's how I know. But you know, it's, in true San Francisco Pride Weekend, I, like many other gay men this weekend, did what you do in a 2-hour span from Act 1 to Act 2, is that I got rid of my sparkly top and I traded in for an animalistic top. That's just how it goes, you know? And of course, a proud member of the one and only LGBTQIA, LGBTQRSTUV community. Pick a letter and take a seat, we'll be with you shortly, as I always like to point out at venues that are not like the Exit Theater, but rather places like, at least in my experience, performing stand-up comedy like sports bars, you know. It's been, you know, performing for a predominantly cis male, heterosexual identified crowd, and, you know, of course, they totally get me. Sometimes though, after those straight guys have had enough drinks, you know, I totally get them straight up in on the run. So I always encourage them, you know, I'm like, hey gentlemen, keep drinking, you know. Something happens, you don't have to swallow your pride, just swallow with pride. It's Pride Month. I was looking without at least 3 Adam's apples tonight. And I remember one of the last comedy shows that I did at a sports bar, precisely, right, you know, smack in front was like this big, kind of bro-ish, hetero guy, looking pretty serious, and so naturally I just could not wait to get on the microphone and connect with him through my very relatable material. He wasn't mean, but just, you know, my presence, my content made him obviously uncomfortable to the point where, even though he was like right in front of me, he would not make eye contact with me. So about the third or fourth time he looked away, you know, I asked him, I was like, sir, is everything okay? You know, I'm just trying to make eye contact with you. And he was like, oh, no, man, everything's cool, man, everything's cool. That's my straight voice, by the way. My friend told me, you have to specify that you're imitating a straight guy. But I followed up, I was like, you know, do you think if you make direct eye contact with me, you're gonna turn gay or something? And then got him to relax, got him to laugh, you know, he was like, oh, no, man, I don't think that. I was like, oh. Well, you're wrong. You have now made direct eye contact with me, which means that by the end of my set, you're going to be an 8-inch delivery drag queen. Congratulations and welcome! That really is Exit Theater here at DIVA or Die Cabaret, how gay conversion works in the Bay Area as far as I'm concerned, because it's always worked for me. As far as my family's acceptance of my sexuality, it has not always been successful bottoming, if you will. There were some messy moments, and you know, you catch that reference, you're obviously not a catcher, and you're much better off than I, believe me. In my experience, though, with my mother specifically, I had a pretty difficult time accepting the real me. However, I knew she had finally come around the Brokeback Mountain and accepted who I truly am when I was about like 22, 23 years old, so you know, just like 3 years ago. Not a receding hairline, it's the lighting here at Exit Theater. God, goes far as back at the early 2000s. But she and I were at the supermarket, you know, just buying some veggies, some produce and stuff, and the guy at the register that was going to be assisting us, I guess, saw my fruits and veggies, and you know, along with our groceries, started checking me out as well. And my mom saw us looking at each other, so she quote-unquote whispered, you know, loud enough for him to hear, of course, why is that guy looking at you like that? And he heard, got embarrassed, that was the end of that, you know, but I was upset, so, you know, when I approached my mom about the incident, you know, I got into, like, reality TV, you know, crazy girl mode, and I was like, bitch! And I was like, Mom, you know, you're still getting used to me, you know, being gay is just a phase, my hair. You know, but he and I were just looking at each other, it was totally innocent and nothing to be upset about. And she responded, well, it wasn't him looking at you that upset me, it was that when he was looking at you, I happened to look down and I saw that he had gotten excited down there. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to see that. Why didn't you tell me so I could have seen too? What's that, that's crafters. But I reassured her, I said, well, look at it this way, you know, the fact that he was looking at me, and as a result, I got excited down there. Just goes to show that he genuinely found me attractive. You should be flattered by that, especially because people say that you and I look alike. And my brother's response to this is what confirmed she finally accepted me. I said, "Since you better work," she said, "Well, it wasn't getting excited down there that upset me. It was only like 3 inches of excitement, and 3 inches is not good enough for my case, son." She inched her way to acceptance. It felt so much. It was such a beautiful audience.